get when you cross a civil rights activist with the leader of the KKK? I know it sounds like a recipe for disaster, but this Sunday, the Hayti Heritage Center is performing a dramatic reading about these interactions where they were examining the racial issues of Durham in the 1970s.
Here to talk about it is Angela Lee, Executive Director of the Hayti Heritage Center, and local actor Trevor Johnson. Thank you both so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
So this play is called The Best of Enemies. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Well, it's the story of two people from Durham, Ann Atwater, who was a civil rights and community activist, and C.P. Ellis, who was Grand Cyclops of the Ku Klux Klan in Durham. And while they were both aware of each other, they clearly had different philosophies and disagreed vehemently on civil rights issues, and were brought together because during that time, the 70s in Durham, the public schools were segregated, and there were discussions and panels were formed to sort of tackle the issue of desegregation. During that time, there were also other areas, hotels, restaurants, where some civil rights protests had begun to take place in Durham. So these two people, by chance, were brought together as part of an overall panel to discuss and decide how to dismantle that segregation. And they became best of friends after starting out as bitter enemies. So it's quite a compelling story.
Trevor, you're a local actor from Durham. And what does it mean for you to be able to perform this right here in our backyard?
Well, I'm from a town called New Bern, but my father is from Durham, and his parents were from Durham. And my uncle, my father's brother, told me a story about when schools were actually integrated, and he was a part of that class, and how much contention there was then. So it feels like it's bringing it back home. I think it's something to remind people that we've come a long way in a little over 40 years, but we still have quite a ways to go.
And Miss Atwater, as well as the family members of Mr. Lee, plan to be there, don't they?
Mr. Ellis, yes.
Mr. Ellis,
yes. Mr. Ellis has passed away, but many of his family members are planning to join us on Sunday, as is Ms. Atwater, and we're extremely excited about having them all at Hayti on Sunday.
It's amazing how many generations have been affected by the schools closing down and integration and everything that happened here locally. And it's great that you guys are going to be tackling those issues and showing this amazing piece to everyone and what everyone went through at the time. Is this the first time that it's ever been done here in Durham?
It is. This will be the premiere, if you will. And one of the, I'm not really sure why it had never been premiered here. The story was written and the play was performed in the Northeast, and 3 of the 4 actors.
Unfortunately, we are running out of time, but we want to make sure people know you can see this show on Sunday at the Hayti Heritage Center in Durham. More details on our website. Have a wonderful day.